Welcome to the session on trigonometry and modelling using the angle addition formulae. The objectives for this session are to understand and use the angle addition formulae. In the previous session, we proved the addition formulae for sine, cos and tan as shown on your screen. In this session, we're going to look at applying these formulae to some examples. Pause the video and have a go at the example on your screen. When you are ready to view the solution, press play. So let's solve this. In this example, we're required to use the formula for cos A minus B to find the exact value of cos 15 degrees. We begin by expressing cos 15 degrees in terms of angles we do know of. So, cos 15 degrees can be written as cos 45 degrees minus 30 degrees. We can now plug in the values of 45 degrees and 30 degrees to replace A and B respectively to obtain cos 45 degrees times cos 30 degrees plus sine 45 degrees times sine 30 degrees. In particular, 45 degrees has replaced A as shown, and 30 degrees has replaced B as shown. We can now replace cos 45 degrees by root 2 over 2, cos 30 degrees by root 3 over 2, sine 45 degrees by root 2 over 2, and sine 30 degrees by 1/2. Tidying up gives us root 6 over 4 plus root 2 over 4, which is equal to root 6 plus root 2 all over 4. Now let's have a go at another example. Pause the video and have a go. Press play when you're ready to view the solutions. So let's take a look at part A first. Given that sine A equals 4 over 5 and sine B equals 1 over 2, where the angles A and B are acute, calculate the exact value of sine A plus B. So let's solve this. We're trying to calculate sine A plus B, so we're going to use the sine A plus B formula. Here, we already know the values of sine A and sine B, but we're required to find cos B and cos A in order to plug these into the formula and find the value of sine A plus B. Using sine squared plus cos squared is identical to 1, we have that cos squared A equals 1 minus sine squared A. We're going to plug in the value of sine A as shown to give 1 minus 16 over 25, which is equal to 9 over 25. So cos squared A equals 9 over 25 implies cos A equals plus or minus 3 over 5. Now, since A is an acute angle, it lies in the first quadrant, and therefore cos A equals plus 3 over 5. So now we have the value of cos A. We're going to find cos B in a similar manner. Again, using the identity sine squared plus cos squared is identical to 1, we have that cos squared equals 1 minus sine squared. And so plugging in the value of sine B as shown, gives us that cos squared b equals 1 minus 1 over 4, which is equal to 3 over 4. So cos squared b equals 3 over 4 implies that cos b equals plus or minus root 3 over 2. Now since b is an acute angle, it lies in the first quadrant, and therefore cos b equals root 3 over 2. So now we have the values of cos A and cos B, as shown. We can now substitute the values into the formula for sin A plus B to give 4 over 5, since sin A equals 4 over 5, times root 3 over 2, the value of cos B, plus 3 over 5, the value of cos A, times a half, which is the value of sin B. Tidying up this expression gives us 4 root 3 over 10 plus 3 over 10, which is equal to 4 root 3 plus 3 all over 10. Now let's take a look at part B. We're going to use the formula cos A minus B is identical to cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, in order to find the value of cos A minus B. From part A, we have that cos A equals 3 over 5 and cos B equals root 3 over 2. So if we substitute the values into this formula, we obtain 3 over 5 times root 3 over 2 minus 4 over 5 times a half, to give us 3 root 3 over 10 minus 4 over 10, which is equal to 3 root 3 minus 4 all over 10. And now for part C. Given that sin A equals 4 over 5 and sin B equals 1 over 2, where the angles A and B are acute, calculate the exact value of sec A minus B. So let's solve this. We know that sec A minus B is identical to 1 over cos A minus B. Also, from part A, we have that cos A minus B equals 3 root 3 minus 4 all over 10. So plugging this into the formula for sec A minus B gives us this expression here, which when tidied up is equal to 10 over 3 root 3 minus 4. This brings us to the end of this session. If you have understood its contents, you should be able to understand and use the angle addition formulae. Thank you very much for listening. To understand this topic in greater depth, do attempt the exercises in your textbook related to this topic.